Yo, what's good? I'm back with an update. And to be honest, I've been trading like dookie, absolute dookie. Today I blew a combine. Last time I made a video, I was actually updating on this combine and we started off with 2 winning days. Pretty solid, and it all went downhill from there. So in July, yeah, we had two pretty solid winning days. We were up 1800, more than halfway to passing. And ever since that day on the 24th, we've been just straight red. When it says two trades or three trades, it's usually because I took one break even and then a loss. So just losing, 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 or break even, losing, 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 losing. So yeah, a lot of losing days. I did take a lot of July off. I didn't even really journal. I really kind of slacked in July after, 6, 7 months locked in. So now that I'm back, I feel more refreshed. I'm journaling again and I'm ready to take this serious again. Yeah, so I was just a little bit burnt out in July. In the beginning of July, this first week, I was on like a 7 day losing streak. Then I took 10 days off around here. And then we hop back in on a combine here. And this is what you see. We blew it, but I kind of feel my momentum shifting towards the positive end again, once again. And I'm starting to learn what I did wrong. So today, the setup was a bounce from demand. I'll show you over here. This is the S&P. We had a nice 2 hour demand zone, basing candle, and a rally formed overnight, and then we consolidated, and then we came back into that zone where I looked for a long entry right here. Sorry, my volume is so large. I just really take a lot of volume into consideration. Anyways, we bounced from demand with a lot of volume, which is always looks good for me. We pulled back for a higher low where I went long, stopped out for break even, and then I tried again for the second time. So yeah, I'll show you guys that on recording real quick, and then that'll be it. All right, here's the footage of today where I blew my account. I actually traded really well today, and I'm actually pretty happy with the losers that I took. As you can see, my finger is on that trigger to buy 20 micros to go long off of this higher low inside of demand, outside of demand. So we pulled back. We're attempting to put a higher low in. Saw something on the order flow that looked good. Volume, like I showed you guys, was really elevated, and there I went long for speculating a higher low to be put in. I'm gonna keep these trades sped up there pretty quickly and not much to show, but I did like this trade. My risk was $300. I took it off because if I lose, as you can see, my drawdown is $300, so might as well just let it blow. Anyways, up about almost 1 to 1 at this point, but the higher low has been confirmed. In my opinion, as long as we break that local high right there, then I think it's confirmed. Here I am just putting in my stop loss at break even, just so I can't lose on this trade at least, because it was a good trade. I'm up 1.5 R on the trade. So yeah, I really like this trade. It was a great idea, great thesis. I waited for higher time frame levels. This was a large demand zone. It was a 2 hour zone. I like this trade. I was patient and waited for many different types of confirmation, with structure, higher low, volume, key levels, demand zone, and order flow, trapped orders. Anyways, here we are, unfortunately getting ticked out for break even on that trade. And I was wondering if another higher low was going to be placed in, but we quickly took out that idea and we were back into the start of that 2 hour demand zone, still above that uh, first prior low where we engulfed on this candle right here. So I was looking for another entry, and I saw something on the order flow that made me attracted to this trade once again. There was a large market sell order that entered the market. They didn't get any continuation. We popped up after they entered, and we were still above that low, like I mentioned. So my finger was on the trigger, ready to go long once again. All right, so after that large selling came into the market and we didn't get follow through, we popped up. I entered long. I got a terrible fill some reason. It was pretty volatile, and it kind of just wick filled me, which was pretty freaking ugly because I was just like instantly down on my position. And at this point, I knew I was cooked, bro. Like I'm already done. I'm already below my drawdown. Um, and we're still making a higher low at this point, but it's just not looking good. Each pop is getting sold into, and I should have realized that first trade was good, but at this point, that thesis failed, and that pop really got sold into. So sellers were really strong, and I should have really kind of understood that after that first attempt failed. Not only that, we are making a lower low right here, even though we're still above this one. We're not really in as much of a bullish structure anymore. So trade wasn't looking too good anymore, and there we go. The account is cooked. Anyways, here's the market at this point. We really sold off heavily. Yeah, we definitely smacked 63.20, almost reaching this other very large demand zone. A good entry short would have been once we kind of rip through this first demand zone, looking for a short, a pop back into the 50% level of that zone and a rejection. This would have been a really good entry short. I saw something on the order flow that also would have confirmed it. It was a trapped buyer, huge, large market buyer right here at the 50% level, and we rejected them, putting their position underwater. And as you guys can see, straight down resulted in a great move. This would have been a really, really good trade. Unfortunately, I was already out of the market by then. So yeah, trading's been a little tough on my end, not gonna lie. I feel that I'm focused again, so I hopefully the results will come. I think the unfocused side of me from July kind of is just carrying on for a little bit as I lock back in. So I'm not surprised that I'm taking some losses, but I'm focused and I know that will change soon. I think I got a little too confident, you know. I had 3 profitable months, and then July just wiped me off the map. I was burnt out and I took a bunch of losses. And yeah, July I probably had in the last 30 days I probably have like a 15% win rate, absolutely terrible win rate. And 3 months making money, I really thought I had this stuff figured out, but the market humbled me, and I realized I just have so much more to learn, even though I'm making progress slowly and surely. And I am better than I was 6 months ago, a year ago. I'm still nowhere close to being a profitable trader at this point. Um, Even though I had a few profitable months, I'm not a profitable trader until you're making money from this. So yeah, I have a lot to go. I'm starting to fall in love with the process though, and I'm getting good at losing. You know, I'm taking all these losses and I'm not revenge trading. I'm not just going crazy. These are slow, solid losses that I'm journaling and learning from. So there's nothing wrong with these losses, and yeah, I'm definitely improving. Even though it looks like I'm not, because I'm taking losers, I'm improving through my discipline, through my journaling, and I'm just learning from my trades more than I was in the past. Before, I would take a loser, I wouldn't journal it, or I would just keep trading and revenge trading, like all you guys know about, and just blow accounts. And I wouldn't learn from these trades, and I spent years doing that, man. Like, I didn't learn, I traded for multiple years without improving, without learning anything. And now that I started this channel and I took it more seriously, journaled every single trade and stuff. I've learned more in these 6 months than I ever have trading, and it shows you time. The amount you've been trading doesn't really mean anything. It's more about what you do during that time trading, how seriously you take it. If you're willing to learn from your losses, if you're willing to journal, that is more important than just the sheer number of years you've been trading. You know, it's a big thing in this community. How many years have you been trading? Um, and anyone that says a bigger number is like a worse trader or whatever. They're likely just didn't put in as much work. They likely are half-assing it a little bit. So, yeah, the time in the market doesn't really matter. It's more about the amount of effort you're putting in and how focused you are and how intentional you are with your learning. Anyways, thank you to anybody who stayed to the end to watch. And stay tuned for some more live trades as I continue to lock in. Peace.